Hi Taurus, welcome to your December 2021 Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Taurus, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. Always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your week ahead, your December, I just said that. All right, let's get into it. For your actions and interactions with the world at large over the course of this month, you have you've got the Tower card, right? Okay, so no biggie. I mean, it does suggest that this month you are changing your mind about something. This could be a moment at which you change your mind in a really big, powerful, fundamental way. For some people, this might feel like you're taking a really sharp right or left turn. For some people, this might feel like you're doing a complete 180 on something. There's a moment at which this month you're likely to have an experience that will really shift or change your mind in a very big sort of and possibly loud way. This might be, I don't know, if you're a smoker, maybe you wake up one day this month and say to yourself, you know what, today's the day, I'm done. You know, if you have any other vices, maybe this is the day that you quit. If you've always been a meat eater your whole life, this could be a moment at which you say, right, that's it, from tomorrow I'm a vegetarian. There's something this month like you're making a big action, a big declaration. You're changing your mind on something in a really big, very powerful way. And it suggests that when you do, you might create quite a few ripples around you. That's fine, right? Sometimes we have to. You know, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. It just suggests that whatever change you're making, it is going to likely be felt by a lot of the people around you, because it's like whatever you're shifting or changing. First of all, Taurus and change, really. Right? It's not necessarily something that you guys are known for. But this month, it looks like whatever change you're making, it's so big, or maybe it's quite shocking or surprising to a lot of people. And when you do it, it's just going to be a moment of, wow, okay, you know what? I know I needed to do this, but yeah, it was a big step. So be aware of that. All right. So for those of you that don't know, every year on the 21st of December, I put on a winter solstice alignment activation session. So this year I have two very special guests. I've got Denise from Human Design with Denise, and I've got Heather from Astrology with Heather. So we're going to be talking about the astrology, the numerology, I'm going to be pulling tarot cards, and we're going to culminate the whole session with an intention setting FLP, future life progression session. You can get your seat on the link in the description box below. It would be amazing to have you. And remember, because we're doing this on the day that the sun enters Capricorn, this is the most powerful time to set your intentions, right? It's not New Year's Eve. It's actually supposed to be this day. So if you want to get your seat, you can do that on the link in the description. It would be lovely to have you. All right. So for your money and materials, you have the Six of Pentacles, right? This is actually really lovely. Because it's right next to the Tower card, I almost want to say to you that some good deed is about to find its way back to you in a way that you can't even fathom. This could be that you win some sort of money. If you've got your own business, maybe you get a surprise client over the course of December. It really feels, because you've got this right next to the Tower card, I'm going to talk about the more challenging way that we could see this, but for the lighter, brighter energy of it, it really does feel like some moment of karmic blessing is going to find you. It's like something that you've done, something that you've given, something that and you might have done this ages ago and long forgotten about it, and then bam, it just shows up for you here. The Six of Pentacles has a very charitable energy about it, And because this is in your money sector, I don't feel like this is money that's going out. I actually feel like it's money that's coming in. But this could be through business. It could be through a promotion that your boss tells you that you're getting next year. Or, you know, there's something about it. It's like whatever you've put out into the world, by complete surprise, the Tower card, it makes its way back to you, the Six of Pentacles. There's this really sort of like big moment of karmic blessing or karmic return, and when it shows up, I think a lot of you will probably, even those of you that aren't necessarily known for it, you might even get a little bit tearful. This could just be one of those moments where it's like, wow, you know what, the universe really does have me. How beautiful is that? And then for the more challenging energy, it is the Six of Pentacles right next to the Tower card. You may end up having to spend money on something by surprise. This could be anything from, I don't know, you know, I don't think it's a washing machine breakdown, but you know, something like that shows up really surprisingly. Because it's the Six of Pentacles, it might be something akin to a bill that you've forgotten to pay, right? But it's likely that it will show up sort of, you know, at the snap, and you'll be like, oh crap, I'd completely forgotten about that, right? Now, I just want to say, whatever you celebrate over the holiday season, happy Christmas, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, happy Yule for those of you that celebrate with me. I really do wish you all of the best for the holiday season. I truly hope you have an amazing one, especially in response to the year that we've had, right? Make it light, make it bright, get your people and your tribe, hold them close and love them hard, all right? From my heart to yours, have a great time. For your communications and conversations, you have the Seven of Cups. So, there is something here that I do need to talk about. It's the Seven of Cups next to the Six of Pentacles with the Tower card. Be wary of loaning money out this month, right? The reason I say this is because the Seven of Cups is someone could really play on your heartstrings, right? It's like, you know, and the fact that it's holiday season and all the rest of it, just be careful. And the reason I say this is because the Seven of Cups means that there's confusion about something, and it feels for me, because it's next to the Six of Pentacles, this might be somebody asking for a loan. If that is the case, the chances are you're not going to get that money back, certainly not in the timely fashion that's promised. So unless it's something that you have to just kind of be rid of, I would find a way to steer clear, I'm sorry to say. The other way that I would sort of see this as well, this could be almost like a piece of information that comes in that it's not so much that I would say don't trust it. It might be that this person feels like that they're genuinely telling you like, no, this is happening, and you know, they're really serious about it. But there's an element here that it's like whatever information you're getting, it's not completely accurate. There's something around it or about it that you're not aware of. All right, so just be careful when it comes to communications this month. You know, even with work as well. Like, one thing that I want to say to you is, until you see something in black and white, don't bank on it. I do believe that there is some sort of advancement for you, but don't like say, well, you know, my boss said I was going to get you know, I'm going to get a promotion, so I'm just going to go out and buy a new car. You know, until you see it in, you know, in black and white, just be conscious. You guys tend to be really good with this stuff anyway. I don't need to tell you that. All right, so for the Ten of Wands, for the Heart and Half, you've got the Ten of Wands. Now, one of the things with this card, it can at times see somebody kind of, sometimes it can be shouting us down. Sometimes it can be somebody not really giving us space to speak, right? So again, with this Seven of Cups, you know, sometimes when people rush things and you're kind of like, it's information overload, so you just kind of agree to slow them down. Be wary of that this month, all right? Just be careful with that. For those of you that are partnered or married, this could be a time where communication might be a little bit terse, and I don't feel like this is the whole month. I actually feel like this is right towards like the end of the year, you know, so as we're about to step into the new year, just watch out for that. For those of you that are single, and planning moves, especially like as in like a home move or something like that, this could be an interesting time for you. In terms of, you know, partnerships and potentials and stuff, Honestly, there feel to be more challenges around that than maybe you're seeing at this moment in time. And remember, next year we step into your eclipse season for real. So just be aware. For your first week of the month, you've got the Fool card. All right, new things, new places, new people. You've got this right underneath the Tower. That is a moment of pure destiny, right? I'm going to say this to you right now. This first week, maybe because of the eclipse, maybe off the back of the eclipse that we had in your sign, there is going to be a big shift or change this week. But it might not happen right away. It might just be something happens and you're like, oh, that's weird. And then all of a sudden, you start to notice that things really escalate. And the reason I say this is because I view the Fool card and the Tower, they're like two halves of a coin, right? So one's kind of like the heads, the lighter, brighter, and one's kind of like the tails, which is not so light and bright, all right? Doesn't mean that it's going to be awful. It just means that there's some big shift, change, or realization. And it's kind of like you. One way that I talked about this with Heather, we said that there have been moments this year that it felt like, you know, when you've got like a Target top, I'm going to fit into this, and you put it on and you're like, okay, this is uncomfortable. This first week might see you make some shift like that, and it might be really like, you know, uncomfortable or jarring for everybody, but it does feel like it's the right way for you to go. For your second week of the month, you've got the Emperor card. For those of you that have bosses, it looks like you'll be having really interesting conversations. Maybe some of you are getting a bonus. Maybe some of you are getting some sort of recognition or accolade for services rendered. Maybe there are talks of a promotion here or advancement in some way. For those of you that own your own business, this could be a client or you know, some new business that shows up for you, and almost in a way that has you kind of like, what the hell is going on? Like, this is amazing, but like, what? And look, right, you've got the Fool card next to the Emperor. This is you meeting a new person, a new powerful person that could really help you or your business in some way, shape or form, or even your work, right? I really like this. So the third week of the month, you've got the Judgment card with the Seven of Cups. So let's be honest, the holiday season is always a little tense for everybody, right? Especially if you're spending it with family, because ain't nobody that can press your buttons or get under your skin like your family, right? It is what it is. It's always part of it. But I would say to you, over the course of this holiday season, just be aware and prepared to have some conversations that might also feed into this change of mind, this, you know, fundamental shift that's coming in for you. Remember as well, the Judgment card is a blast from the past, and it comes up with the Seven of Cups. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe you heard from somebody from your past, or if some old idea or maybe even some old vice pops up for you in some way. And it doesn't have to be like a whole thing. It could just be like a conversation where you say to yourself, okay, you know what, I've had a moment or whatever. Just really be conscious of how you are. And more importantly, how you feel around this time. Be really honest with yourself about how you feel around the holidays. And then finally, for some of you, this could be memories that are resurfacing around somebody that you've loved and lost, whether this is somebody that you dated, whether it's somebody that's, you know, now passed on. There could be a real moment of recognition of, you know what, wow, like this person is no longer with me, and I really do feel the absence of them. It doesn't mean you're going to have a horrible holiday season. It just means that there are going to be some moments of memory that really kind of maybe even take you aback, you know. And this is interesting because it means that something's been shaken loose in your psyche. It's come up for evaluation, and then it can be released, right? And then finally, this could be a time where you decide, like around that sort of holiday bubble, where you say to yourself, you know what, I think I'm ready for the next step. Right, I really, really like this for a lot of you. I think it's quite nice. Look at this. You've got the Sun card for the fourth week of the month. So you've finished the year strong, right? And this comes up next to the Judgment card. So this is why I say, even before I saw the Sun card, I knew that it's not going to, you know, your holiday season isn't going to be awful. It's just there are going to be some real deep moments of thought on that sort of internal level that make you go, wow, okay, this is, you know, I'm feeling this, and it's there for you to process so that you can release. With the Sun card here underneath that 10 of Wands, whatever challenges or issues you may have with a partner, they'll be short-lived, which is nice. For those of you that are single, I mean, with the 10 of Wands, for those of you that are traveling, very likely to meet somebody on that travel. And for those of you that are going to gatherings, it's very likely that you're going to meet an international or a foreign stranger that could wind up really exciting your bones. All right, so for your new moon eclipse, you have the gate 21 and control. And this card actually isn't about having control. It's about having the wisdom, the owl, to release or relinquish control to whatever is supposed to happen for you. This eclipse, I think, is really going to work some mojo for you, especially because you've got the Tower and the Fool, which is like a moment of pure destiny. You know, and I don't say that lightly. You guys know me. I'm not like, you know, I'm not talking about fate and destiny and, you know, twin flames all the time. Like, this could be an interesting one. And then your full moon message is the gate 22 and grace. So there's two things I want to talk about here. The first one is the full moon. For those of you that have partners, if you have any challenges with them, the full moon is going to help you realize that this is your person, right? That no matter what it is, through thick and thin, no matter how many challenges, issues, or annoyances you have together, this person is your swan. And that's really, really lovely. What also comes from this full moon as well, some personal sense of creativity could be excited within you. It might take you in a really amazing direction, or you could have an idea. You know, it might even just be a flash of inspiration that comes in that really changes your mind on something. Whatever you slip up with this month, it's really not that big a deal, so don't stress yourself out, all right? With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. I hope you have a wonderful December, an awesome holiday season, and I truly hope that you have an amazing 2022. I really hope that it is your best year yet. Thank you so much for being a part of Radiant Reality, and thank you so much for sticking with me throughout the year and beyond. For those of you that have, it really does mean a lot. Take care, and I'll see you soon.